Hi, did you know that the integrated program in management started by IIM Indore in 2011 now has been spreading like wildfire across all the IIMs too. IIM Rohtak started a couple of years back, and this year IIM Bodh Gaya and now IIM Ranchi also have announced the integrated program in management, a 5-year BBA plus MBA program for all students who are looking at who have finished the 12th class exam. A lot of people wait to finish their 4 years degree in probably engineering and then to do a 2-year MBA. This IPM program ensures that in 5 years, you can complete the entire BBA plus MBA in one shot. And that too, get an IIM degree. Much, much easier probably than getting through to any other IIM after a 3-year or a 4-year normal undergraduation program. So let's look at the very specific reason why I'm doing this is for IIM Ranchi, because the exam is slightly different because everybody else in the country looks at taking their own exam. IIM Ranchi has announced that they will now take from the SAT, the Scholastic Aptitude Test, which are conducted from the US itself. So what's it that you need to prepare for? Anyone who's already preparing for the IPM Rohtak exam, IPM Indore exam, I think it is very, very useful that you should apply to IIM Ranchi also, and of course Bodh Gaya. We will figure out about Bodh Gaya in a separate section or a separate video. But in this video, I'm going to take you very quickly to what is it that you need to look at for the timelines, how do you prepare for SAT, and what's in store for you, and how any questions that you might have. I will probably use this video to elicit your questions, and therefore I will come out with the answers too. Here, let's just quickly take you through this. The admissions requirements: you need to be 10th and 12th passed, obviously 12th passed. For an SC/ST student, you need to have only 55%, whereas if you're a general category student or an OBC student or an EWS student, you need a 60% minimum aggregate score in both 10th and 12th. Interestingly, no age bar. No age bar. So go to the IIM Ranchi program, you will figure it out that the eligibility criteria is very, very clearly given to us. Then when you look at the admission process is very straightforward and simple. You need to write an SAT, and the shortlist is based on the SAT score. SAT scores are typically for 1600. There are two sections in that, verbal and quantitative ability. We'll talk about it in the next slide. But 800 and 800, 1600 is the score. Now, do we know what will be the cutoff for this year? We will get to know as we go along, as when more and more students write this exam. But once you get shortlist on SAT, the Scholastic Aptitude Test, then the student will go through the WAT, the Writing Ability Test, and a personal interview. IIM Ranchi has very clearly said that they will try to conduct this face-to-face in places like Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Calcutta, Mumbai, Ranchi. However, if there is a serious problem with the pandemic continuing, it probably will also be online. A full composite score, which includes your SAT score, WAT, PI, and the 10th and 12th will be conducted, and a final shortlist will be done. They are coming out, the IIM Ranchi IPM program this year is coming out with 120 students as the total intake. IIM Ranchi, incidentally, also has a new campus, which is also one of the reasons why I think students will be very happy to be in the campus rather than in a makeshift campus that they had for the last 10 years, in fact. The application process: you need to write the SAT exam, and the SAT exam this year will be either on March 13th or May 8th. These are the 2 dates available for you to write it. Which one do I recommend? The simple recommendation I have is that if you're already preparing for the Ipmat exam of IIM Indore, quite a lot of them are very common. The questions and the area, syllabi, everything is common. Go ahead and write the exam on the March of 13th. However, if you have started thinking that this is what I want to start preparing for, then I would say take an exam on the 8th of May. You will still have enough time to be able to catch the deadlines. The deadlines are going to be in June 2021 this year. Once you finish and apply, the WAT, the writing ability test, is an essay and a personal interview, which will be about 15-20 minutes. Why you want to do what you want to do kind of questions will be in the month of July this year, 2021. Results, of course, will come in end of July and the beginning of August, and you will be good to go once you get a final selection among the 120 students in IIM Ranchi. That's what the application process is. But let's talk about SAT also, and why there is a lot of commonality in SAT and all the other exams that you probably are already preparing for in entrance examinations. For example, the syllabus as far as your verbal is concerned. Typically, the SAT syllabus has writing and language as a broad area where you talk about grammar. Within grammar, there are modifiers, subject-verb agreements, and there is a lot of questions on interpretation of graph and text. Again, a lot of it is grammar. So entire writing and language is about sentence correction, sentence completion, and understanding of complete grammar as such. Similarly, there is also reading comprehension, which includes vocabulary and basic understanding of a passage and the questions associated with it. The syllabus is not very difficult. It looks very long, but it is very easy. But if it comes to what is very specific or similar to an Ipmat, you have what I've put in the green is very common with the normal Ipmat too. In fact, vocabulary is also very, very important, and reading comprehension also is very clearly the same thing. Is very common with the Ipmat exam of IIM Indore and Rohtak. Similarly, when you look at quant, if I just quickly look at it, while it appears there are so many subjects, it is nothing but your 8th, 9th, and 10th class basic mathematics and arithmetic. Please realize this very carefully. There is a lot of ratio, proportion, percentages, speed, distance, and time and work rates, is it called, geometry, in whichever way you look at 3D and 2D, basics of trigonometry, basics of probability, basics of statistics, and a little bit of algebra, functions, progressions, and numbers. Now you might see these are big, but when anybody looks at the SAT paper, trust me when I'm saying this, it is very easy for a student who has gone through the Indian curriculum of the 8th, 9th, and 10th classes. And what is common for the Ipmat exam? Most of it is common. What is not common is the 3D and coordinate. Basic statistics is not common. Generally, functions and graphs and complex numbers do not come in the Ipmat exam in general. In general, I'm saying. But again, these are good enough for you to look at it. If you have already prepared for Ipmat, I think this will not take more than a month for you to be ready for it. What I want you to do is very simple. On this comments, there is a comment section down below this video. Please give your comments. We will take up another more questions that you might have and come out with a new video for those comments and to make sure that we get you the answers. Also, in the description of this video, there is a form which is embedded. Click on that. You can give us the questions that you have. We will get back to you on that. Or better still, also send a mail to us at either anubhav.seth@careerlauncher.com, my head of international education and also takes care of SAT, and or myself, my name is Arks at careerlauncher.com, ARKSS at careerlauncher.com. I head the entire test preparation, including for the IPM exam and DUJIT. With that, wish you all the best. Happy studying, happy reading. I know there are board exams, but if you can do this parallelly, don't have to spend great time, but consistent time with a sincerity and commitment, you can crack the BBA, MBA integrated program called the IPM of Ranchi with the help of SAT. We at Career Launcher are coming out with a full program of SAT as well as a top-up program for those students who have already written the Ipmat exam. Do reach out to us. We are always there to help you. Thank you very much.